Okay, next question. This is from Jay. A lot of awareness and hindsight helped lead me to SS, that's sexual supremacy. That's my big home study course. And this forum, just remember these are guys in the Facebook forum, but what are your thoughts on how to deal with losing someone you care about? Ooh. I should have read these questions ahead of time. This is heavy. I kind of touched on this on an earlier question. It hurts, and it takes time to get over the person. I think it's not just time though. You need to be occupying your mind. You need to sort of substitute the time you were spending with that person. You need to fill your attention, your focus with new stuff. And that's not to distract you, but it's to keep you from dwelling on the past. So whatever you can do to not start dwelling on the past. Another thing that'll happen is you start replaying, especially when things started going downhill. You know, you'll start replaying those scenarios in your head, and you know, acting it out. You know, kind of mentally having those imaginary conversations where you do it differently. That stuff will drive you nuts. I know that, you know, for a while I would struggle with regret. It's still probably the one thing I'd really like to just get rid of is those regret thoughts, where you think about a mistake you made in the past and you just kind of cringe, or you get caught up in that past scenario and you start dwelling on it and imagining, you know, that you said this and they said that and things went differently, and it'll drive you nuts. It's not useful either. What I would recommend, I like to write stuff down. I keep a lot of notes in a paper notebook. I also have a planner, and then I have on my computer a ton of ways that I keep track of stuff. One thing that helped me a lot was just journaling, just writing down you know, my thoughts about, you know, stuff that had happened. You know, I think maybe there's an aversion to that with guys, where they think, oh, that's like feminine to keep a diary. But a lot of famous, successful men, great writers, they all kept journals. A lot of guys keep journals. They don't really talk about it because it's so helpful. And so what you can do if you have a situation where you were with somebody, you guys broke up or whatever, and you know, you lost them, or however you lost them. You know, it could be they passed away or moved away or something else happened. I would write down, you know, what you miss about them, what you liked about them. I would write down what you wish you could change, what you wish you could have done differently. Write it all down. Those imaginary conversations you're having, you know, think about what is it that you're trying to achieve in that revision of the past. How do you wish things would go? And then write that down. Definitely want to write down the mistakes you made and what you'll do better in the future. What you'll do differently in the future for a better result. That's really important with anything. You know, I recently started playing golf. I actually keep a golf journal. So I'll write down, you know, things I did well, things I want to improve on. So I highly recommend just, write down your thoughts. You don't necessarily have to talk to the person. You don't have to send some, you know, sobbing, tear-stained letter to the person. You know, don't get on your email and write out some massive letter or you know, get on Facebook at like 4 a.m. and send them something crazy. You just write it down, keep it to yourself. You know, if you want to talk to the person about it after the smoke is cleared, you both settled down, maybe you've both matured a little bit, then maybe talk to the person, just express your thoughts. I wish I had said this, I wish I had done that. When you did this, it upset me. That might help give you some closure. But again, time, you just got to give it time. A lot of times, if you just sit tight, just hang in there, stuff works itself out, okay? And in the meantime, I'm saying time a lot, but in the meantime, occupy yourself, occupy your mind. That doesn't mean you have to go off the deep end. Now that you're single, you're going to the bar every night. You don't have to do all that, but occupy your mind. Find something that you enjoy. Get some books. Books are great. Audiobooks, if you don't like to read. You know, with modern technology, there's a million ways to occupy yourself now. Go for walks like I do. I'm telling you, I've been telling everybody, it's all about going for long walks. That's when you get the good ideas. And that's when you work stuff out too. Actually, that's interesting. I think I'll close out on this point, that I've actually, you know, when I was talking about having those imaginary conversations, those I wish things had gone this way and that way, I've actually worked that out through walking. Something about it gets you thinking. There's actually research on this. It gets the gears turning, and it gets you thinking. And it helps you kind of work through challenges, work through problems. And so I've actually done that a lot. I've worked through challenges that I was having. I've found solutions. And I've also just kind of talked my way through things and got to the bottom of why such and such thing bothers me. And you know, when I've sorted it out, I was able to let it go. So a lot of stuff you can do. I think I've beat this one to death too. Let's move forward.